Donny and Marie Osmond's mesmerizing performances, timeless charisma, and harmonizing voices have enchanted audiences for decades. From their days as teenage idols to their current position as adored entertainment icons, the public has been privy to a great deal of the brother-sister duo's life. Behind the scenes of their charming chemistry and stellar performances, though, the duo have faced their share of unseen challenges. Donny and Marie had kept this huge secret from the public for decades, but now they've finally come clean. Whatever you believed you knew about the Osmonds is about to be shattered by this bombshell. Come with us as we spill the beans on the long-kept secret of Donny and Marie Osmond's relationship. One such American music family was the Osmonds. Originating from Ogden, Utah, the Osmond family was headed by parents George Verl Osmond Sr. and Olive May Davis Osmond. From an early age on, George and Olive fostered in each of their 9 children a deep devotion to God and a love of music. The 4 eldest brothers of the Osmond family, Alan, Wayne, Merrill, and Jay, began performing barbershop music in the Ogden, Utah area and at their church in 1958. They started off playing locally and soon became famous for their captivating performances and flawless harmony. When Walt Disney found the Osmond brothers in the early 1960s while visiting Disneyland, they got their big break. As a result, the theme park hosted multiple performances. Andy Williams' dad saw their potential and suggested they perform on The Andy Williams Show. From 1962 through 1969, the Osmond brothers were regulars on the show, dazzling audiences with their flawless looks and incredible musical talents. As the 5th child in the Osmond family, Donny made his television debut on The Andy Williams Show at the tender age of 6. He became an instant star due to his remarkable singing voice and magnetic stage presence. Donny continued to perform with his elder brothers in the early 1970s, but he also found success as a solo musician. Tiger Beat, Flip, and 16 more magazines featured him as a top boy pop star in the early 1970s. As a teen star, Donny swiftly gained success with hits like Puppy Love and Go Away, Little Girl, thanks to his cuteness and singing ability. Marie Osmond was the lone sibling among the Osmond siblings who were performers. But she went on to become a successful country music solo artist. Paper Roses, her debut solo single, was a huge hit when it came out in 1973 and launched her career. The Osmond boys' meteoric rise to fame altered the course of events for the entire family. Even though Marie never became a regular member of the group, only Donny did. As the family's performances at fairs and festivals expanded nationwide, they began making foreign stops, including Japan, England, and Sweden. The youngsters thought it was a real adventure to drive about in their Airstream trailer. While Olive watched them closely, Marie recalled that they would practice their songs and do their homework by doodling. After that, Jimmy, Marie, and Donny would sneak up on the overhead baggage racks. Marie helped her mom keep track of ticket sales as well, and she felt proud of herself when she found a misplaced ticket among her mother's many. When the first season of Andy Williams' Show ended in 1967, the Osmond twins set out on a new path, determined to go from their roots in barbershop to pop rock stardom. In Las Vegas, they found success and landed a regular engagement with Jerry Lewis's act. Even though they had a hard time finding success as recording artists, they never wavered from their commitment to family values. When the Osmonds' first record, One Bad Apple, rocketed to the top of the Billboard Hot 100 in early 1971, though, everything changed. During the same summer, Donny's Sweet and Innocent became his debut solo single. Notable monetary benefits resulted from this discovery, allowed the family to purchase other houses in Utah and an apartment building in the Westwood neighborhood of Los Angeles. The Osmonds had stopped penning new popular songs by 1976. In the same year, Donny and Marie made the jump to television with their variety show. Having said that, the original Osmond brothers did have a little success with their country music in the 1980s. In the late 80s, both Donny and Marie made significant returns as solo performers. Alan, Wayne, Merrill, and Jay Osmond kept performing as a quartet for another half-century. Nevertheless, after being diagnosed with multiple sclerosis in 2007, Alan was forced to retire from performing as a result of health complications. After losing his hearing as a result of therapy for a brain tumor, Wayne eventually departed from the group as well. Jimmy, Alan's brother, joined the group after Alan retired. They kept performing together as a trio until Jimmy's stroke in 2018 forced him to retire on October 14, 2019. On CBS's The Talk, the original four Osmond brothers reunited for a farewell performance in honor of their sister Marie's 60th birthday. They said that this would be their final live performance as a group. The last chapter, a goodbye song that the brothers had released in 2018, was sung by the brothers. Born on December 9, 1957, Donny Osmond became a solo superstar. He started his career as a rising star in the early 1970s and kept it going strong for a long time, appealing to a younger demographic in the hopes of eventually reaching an older one. Donny was able to resurrect his career in mainstream music, while his brothers found small success in country music. Before enlisting the help of Stephen Machat, a master of music and entertainment, he worked as a performer for a while. Stephen put Donny in touch with Peter Gabriel, an English singer and songwriter, in the hopes that Gabriel could help Donny become a pop star of the present era. With 1989's Soldier of Love, which peaked at number 2 on the Billboard Hot 100, they managed to re-establish Donny's star in the United States. Instead, Marie opted to be promoted as a country music performer since, according to her, that was the only genre that allowed women to juggle both their career and familial lives. She recorded a demo of herself singing Dancing Queen by Dolly Parton when she was a teenager. Dawn Ovens of MGM Records heard this demo and was so taken with her voice that she offered her a recording contract with the Nashville division of MGM. Sonny James, a country music star, agreed to produce Ovens' debut album. Marie went to Nashville, Tennessee in June 1973 with her mom on a plane to record 9 songs that she had committed to memory. Paper Roses was one of those tunes. The album, which was scheduled for release in August 1973, included this song as its lead single. The U.S. country music charts and the Canadian country music charts were both topped by Paper Roses. Additionally, the song peaked at number 5 on the U.S. Hot 100 and reached number 2 in the U.K. Upon its release in September 1973, Marie's debut album quickly rose to the top of the U.S. country album charts. When Marie Osmond became the youngest female country musician to have a number 1 debut song in the U.S., she was just 14 years old. Donny was having trouble hitting the high notes when recording the 1974 song I'm Leaving It All Up to You in the studio. Then Marie was brought in to sing Harmony, and that song ended up being the catalyst for the duo's future in music. Donny and Marie Osmond, the name of the song, reached number 4 on the US Hot 100 and reached the top 5 in the UK, Canada, the Netherlands, and Ireland. Morning Side of the Mountain, a single from their eponymous album, reached number 1 on foreign charts and helped propel the band to platinum sales in the United States. Up until 1978, Donny and Marie had a total of 5 further US Top 40 songs. The Donny and Marie variety show ran on the network from 1976 to 1979. They also recorded 3 more albums with MGM during this time, all of which reached the top 100 in the US. A family effort, as has been the case with many previous endeavors, went into making the show. The musical numbers were under the direction of the elder brothers, and Jimmy was a regular in the sketch comedy. And not only that, but even Mom and Dad were guests. It was in the fall of 1977 that they moved production out of Los Angeles and into the brand new 104,000 square foot George Vith Osmond Studios in Orem, Utah, thanks to their united front. The hosts, however, were beginning to feel the effects of the stresses of being in the spotlight at this point. In the midst of Donny's increasingly frequent panic attacks, Marie resorted to extreme measures by starving herself, feeling overshadowed by the A-list celebs who appeared on the show. After spending a decade or more with his family and in the entertainment industry, Donny was ready to strike out on his own, having discovered his first serious girlfriend, Debbie Glenn. In May 1978, he and Debbie exchanged wedding vows. On top of that, he left the Donny and Marie show in 1979 when he was pregnant with his first child. Moving to New York City in the early 1980s, Marie wasted no time forging her own path. Their religious beliefs, however, were the glue that held this family together through the highs and lows of their careers and personal lives. They remained close as musicians and performers. A Nashville label boss named Jim Fogelsong signed country music singer Marie to Capitol Records when she made a triumphant return to the scene in the 1980s. Meet Maine in Montana is a duet that Fogelsong recorded with Dan Seals. After its 1985 single release, Marie's second #1 success, it swiftly rose to the top of the U.S. country music charts. On the Canadian country music charts, it reached a peak of number 19. The next year, at the CMAs, the song's vocal duet won the award for Best Duet. Meet Maine in Montana was a track on Marie's 1985 Capitol LP debut, There's No Stopping Your Heart. Critics praised the album, praising her as a perfect match for country pop. As the second single from the album, the discs became her first solo single since Paper Roses to reach the top of the country charts in the United States and Canada. The Flamingo Hotel in Las Vegas was the site of Donny and Marie's 2008 six-week engagement. The show's success resulted in further extensions, which culminated in a residency that will run for 11 years until 2019. With 1,730 performances, the show far surpassed all other singing acts in Las Vegas history. Best Show, Best All-Around Performer Donny and Marie, and Best Singer were the trio's 2012 Best of Las Vegas accolades from the Las Vegas Review-Journal. The rock-solid, everlasting bond between Donny Osmond and Debbie is the focus of his universe. Debbie Glenn was a young Montana girl when Donny first met her in the early 1970s. Although their bond did not immediately blossom into love, it did so with the passage of time. They were together for 3 years before their 1978 wedding, and they have been happily married ever since. Josh, Jeremy, Brandon, and Donny Jr. are their 5 sons from their marriage. The American reality show Claim to Fame, in which contestants try to identify the famous relatives of their rivals, included Chris, a musician, in its second season. Chris survived multiple eliminations and reached the final episode because everyone else had trouble figuring out who Donny was. Osmond follows in his family's footsteps and is a member of the LDS Church. In retrospect, he said, "It would have been nice to have served a regular full-time mission, but my career was so impressive when I was that age that everyone, including my parents and the church leaders, thought I could do a lot of good in the world by staying in the spotlight, by being an exemplary Christian and sharing my beliefs in every way that I could." Even now, he uses the website's comments and extensive letters sections to articulate his opinions. When compared to her brother Donny, Marie Osmond's romantic life has been a little more exciting. In May of 1979, Marie had a brief engagement to Jeff Creighton, an acting student, before they were married. Nevertheless, in July of 1979, they called off their engagement. She also had an affair with singer Andy Gibb around the same time. John Schneider, an actor and co-founder of the Children's Miracle Network, was her boyfriend for a short time in 1981. Marie Osmond's marriage history includes 2 divorces out of 3 marriages. After dating for a while, she wed Steve Craig, a basketball player for Brigham Young University, in 1982. Stephen James Craig Jr. was born to them in 1983, marking their first child as a married couple. Nevertheless, in 1985, they filed for a divorce. Despite our best efforts, Steve and I were unable to salvage our hastily wed marriage. It seemed like the cameras and newspapers followed me around everywhere I went. According to her autobiography, she felt emotionally drained. Marie remarried Brian Blossel in 1986 in a small ceremony attended only by Marie's relatives. There were 7 children born to Marie and Blossel. 5 of them were adopted. Marie and Blossel divorced in 2007 after a 21-year marriage. In a joint statement, they both admitted that the breakup of their marriage was due to circumstances beyond their control. After Marie's second divorce, she declared her intention to never get married again. Nevertheless, a rendezvous was arranged by their son, and she and her ex-husband Steve Craig reconciled. After putting their romance on ice for 2 years, they finally broke the news. "My goal was to ensure that no one was injured. If it was a bust, you'd know it." "Wow, everything fell into place," Marie remarked. They had a private ceremony at the Mormon Temple in Las Vegas on May 4, 2011, to get married again, When you're married twice, you start to see how trivial some of the things you once held in high regard really are. My husband is the love of my life. By far, he is the most gentle soul I have ever encountered. According to what she told People magazine, he enjoys helping others and is attentive to their needs. The Osmond twins, Donny and Marie, have been in the public eye for decades, and their enchanting on-screen presence, harmonized voices, and wholesome family image continue to enchant viewers. Their careers have been an eclectic mix of successful singles, TV series, and concerts. But while being open and honest with their fans, they have kept a fascinating secret from everyone until now. Donny and Marie Osmond have revealed the long-suppressed truth in a surprising revelation. The demands of fame radiate from them, and that's how they manage to keep their personal and professional lives afloat. Donny and Marie's unwavering commitment to their family is their greatest secret, they've admitted. They have always prioritized their family relationships above everything else, despite the demanding nature of the entertainment industry and their hectic schedules. Another important factor in the Osmonds' lives is their strong Mormon faith. Their religious beliefs have been an anchor, a source of strength, and a lighthouse that has helped them navigate the challenges they've encountered at work. Their religious beliefs have also given them a firm foundation of principles that serve to center their lives on what's important. As siblings and business partners, Donny and Marie stress the significance of being there for each other and treating each other with respect. They have always been there for each other, cheering one another on when times became tough and sharing in the joy of each other's successes. Their ability to change and evolve has also played a significant role in their enduring success. From their early days as child stars to their time in Sin City, Donny and Marie have never stopped improving their act to keep up with the ever-changing entertainment industry. Honesty and openness with their fans has been a consistent theme for Donny and Marie throughout their careers. They have openly discussed the difficulties they have faced, such as Marie's battles with postpartum depression and Donny's battles with anxiety. They have created a deep and lasting connection with their fans by sharing these aspects of their lives, which has increased their support and devotion. This disclosure elucidates the guiding principles that Donny and Marie Osmond have maintained throughout their public careers. Both their career success and their personal happiness have been enhanced by their commitment to family and mutual support. By letting their fans in on this secret side of themselves, they inspire and educate them, demonstrating that the key to success is maintaining integrity and concentrating on what matters most.